Hello all, welcome to our YouTube channel. In this video, we will discuss about the AWS Solution Architect exam. In this question, these questions are really real based exam questions, and this is the part one video. This video exam series will really help you to prepare and boost your confidence. I would highly recommended you all to read entire questions, go through all options, try to correlate with the options and the question, and without wait we'll go and see the exam questions. Here is the question number one. Security purpose, a team has decided to put their instance in a private subnet. They plan to deploy VPC endpoint to access their services. The member of the team would like to know about the only two AWS services required gateway endpoint instead of a interface endpoint. And as a solution architect, which of the following services would you suggest for this requirement? They're asking to, we need to select the two options. So below are the options. So we know in a VPC there are two types of gateway. One is the VPC provided two endpoints, uh, gateway endpoints and interface endpoints. So they clearly ask we need to choose two and only two services that required AWS gateway instead of interface, the gateway endpoint instead of interface endpoint. So first, without this question is very simple. We need to select the two options. So going to choose this one, S3 and DynamoDB. Why? I will reveal those answer as well. But this is the gateway endpoint is a free service. There is a no bill. You will not get any bill for these two service. And here is the tips. Why? So you can see gateway VPC endpoint is connected to the DynamoDB and S3, and you can see in the here interface VPC endpoint services. These are the services you can connect through the VPC and interface VPC endpoint. So there are multiple services: SNS, SQS, Kinesis, Data, API Gateway, Cloud Formation, CloudWatch. So you required an interface endpoint. But if you want to connect Amazon DynamoDB and S3, you require the gateway VPC endpoint, and that is the same thing is asked in our questions. You can see they clearly ask gateway endpoint instead of. So I'm going to choose answer B and D. So let's reveal the answer. Yep, the answer is B and D. Okay, we'll go and we'll go to next question. Question number two. Photo sharing web application is hosted on a EC2 instance behind Elastic Load Balancer. The app, the apps give the user the ability to upload their photos and also shows the leaderboard on the home page of the apps. The uploaded photos are stored in a S3 and the leaderboard data is maintained in a DynamoDB. The EC2 instance need to access both S3 and DynamoDB for their features. As a solution architecture, which of the following solution would you recommended as a most secure option? So this question is also much more similar as previous. Here also they are asking to access both S3 and DynamoDB from EC2. EC2 instance need to access both S3 and DynamoDB. Okay, so let's see the options. So they have given a four options. We need to choose one out of four. First, they are asking configure AWS CLI on a EC2 instance using validate IAM user credentials. So we don't require IAM credentials for this. We need to implement something on EC2 level so EC2 instance can access both the things. We know we in a previous question we required a gateway endpoints, but on the EC2 level, what are the things we need to add? We need to check this. So this question, this option is already out. Option B, save the AWS credentials, access key, ID, and secret token key in the configuration file within a application code on a is no. This is again out. This is not potential answer. Okay, option C, encrypt the AWS credential via custom encryption library and save it to secret direct. Okay, this is also out because see, they are asking to encrypt the AWS credentials and then here again safely decrypt the AWS credential. No, this is not needed. They are involving KMS, and the KMS is also going to do the same job. So why we are doing here and access the S3 and DynamoDB? No, we are not going to do that here. Let's reveal the day option. Attach the appropriate IAM role on to the EC2 instance profile. Yeah, see something we need to implement on the EC2 level. That profile means we need to grant some permissions to EC2 level, and EC2 instance will access the S3 and DynamoDB. So I'm going to choose this D option. Let's go to the hint and see. Yeah, you can refer this diagram. We need to create some yeah, IAM role here. You can see there are two different diagram I have attached. So you need to create a IAM role and attach to EC2, and EC2 will access the DynamoDB and scan the tables from here. So in the IAM role there are the permissions. So here are the same things. EC2 have the role and it will access the S3 bucket. The same thing I have added here the note. Use the instance profile to pass IAM role to EC2 instance. However, you can use IAM role to grant permission application using your instance that need to be used bucket in a S3 and DynamoDB. So this is the answer, and this is the same thing. EC2 instance will scan the DynamoDB. The same thing. Let's see the answer. Yep, the answer is D. So you can go and see. Yep, the same answer is here. We'll go to the next question. Question number 3. A company run application on EC2 instance which require access of sensitive data in Amazon S3 bucket. All traffic between EC2 instance and the S3 bucket must not be traversed in the internet and must use private IP address. Additionally, the bucket must only allow access from the service in a VPC. Which combination of should solution architect take to meet this requirement? And they are asking to select select 2. So below are the options. Let's reveal the tips as well as we'll go through the one by one option. So first they are asking to apply IAM policy to VPC peering. Okay. So guys, everyone know VPC peering is for connection between multiple VPCs or one or more than VPCs. Like you need to connect VPC 1 to VPC 2. So you can use the VPC peering connection. So that that time you required VPC, and IAM policy is again a different entity. So there is no relation here. We are not going to. They are clear. The question is again it's similar to previous. You can see EC2 instance. The traffic between EC2 instance and S3 bucket not be must not be transferred in a internet and must be used private address. So bucket must only allow access from service in the VPC. So same, we EC2 should part of the it's come under the VPC. So same thing. This is different one. The A is out. Option B, create a peering connection. Okay, again this is not needed. Peering connection, VPC peering or peering connection is not needed for this. This is not our requirement. Okay, option C. Option C, apply bucket policy to restrict access to S3 endpoint. So there is some potential. We'll keep this aside. Okay, let's go to next one. Option D, enable default encryption on bucket. So this is quite true, but in our requirement it's not needed. Because why? This is already true. By default, encryption is enabled on the bucket level in S3 bucket. So we are not talking about. We are talking the EC2 which required access sensitive data in the S3 bucket. So this is not needed. Again, this D option is also out. Option E, create a VPC endpoint for S3. Yep, here is the one and this one. I'm going to choose C and E. Let's go to the next for tips and guidance. Same thing. I have taken a screenshot. We have attached a role to EC2 instance. We need a VPC endpoint. We know the two points earlier, but here uh, sorry, you can see VPC endpoint is already deployed for S3 bucket to access S3, and VPC pairing is C, networking connection between a two VPC and enable a route traffic between them using the private IP v4 and v6 also. So this one, and for D, which is not suitable, but I have added comment here. S3 bucket have bucket encryption enabled by default, which use this one SSE S3 server side encryption with S3 managed key. So our answer are C and E. Okay, let's go to the next. So guys, you can take the pause and read entire question again. The question number 4, your company has decided to move from on-premises environment to the AWS. It's the third day now, and data migration should be completed in a 72 hours, starting from Friday night and finishing by Monday morning. This is done so that migration does not affect business operation. The data capacity for migration is 10 TB, and it is necessary to protect the migration data from with secure communication. Select migration methods and select migration methods to meet this requirement. So this is the questions, and let's check the option they are suggesting to. We need to only select one option, and yeah, one option only, and they have given four options for us. We need to choose only one out of four. And first option, data migration with the snowball. Okay, snowball, this you need to raise a request on the Amazon AWS console for snowball, and that request will take a time because you need to raise a request. The device will come to your location, and then you will move data. That is long process because you have a very short you have to start from Friday night and you have to finish by Monday morning, and the data migration should be completed within a row. So this is, I'm believing this is a little long process, so I'll keep this outside. Okay, now the option B, data transfer via direct connect connection. Okay, this is also similar because you need to set up a direct connection, required physical connectivity and AWS involvement. So this is also longer one. I have some tips here. You can see direct connect physically require AWS site setup, dedicated line connection settings. This require application and setting to AWS, and it may be not ready on the time. So definitely we are not going to spend more time because they have already given you the 72 hours. Okay, option C, data transfer via VPN connection using site-to-site VPN. Okay, this is looks positive answer, but let's keep this side and we'll check the next one also. Data transfer via AWS, sorry, data transfer via a storage gateway. So this is a uh, storage gateway is a hybrid solution. Actually, it's provide the on-premise application with access to the virtual unlimited. Yeah, with low latency, so many things. It's supportive. But let's reveal the tips from here. Okay, storage gateway is used for data transfer and backup configuration with S3 and on-premise storage. It can also use data migration for storage, but this time is inappropriate because because it is not only storage that we targeted data migration in this scenario, correct? Yeah. So we need to focus C data transfer via VPN connection using even it says secure communication. Uh, AWS site-to-site VPN is the use the IPsec protocol and it will use tunneling for secure the data and tunneling throughputs sorry bandwidth and throughputs is also good. You can see this default value up to 1.2 uh, to 5 GB data it's supporting and it also secure connection from your on-premise network or branch office site to your VPC. So you need to choose migration method based on the amount of migration data. This is looks good. This is looks very fit answer for your requirement. So I'm going to choose C option and D is not the. Let's eliminate the D option as well. Okay. So let's reveal the answer. Yep, the answer is C. Uh, I hope you guys understand. And let's go to the question 5. Question number 5. Again, take the pause, read entire question, then read all options. So question number 5. Of application that you will be deployed in your VPC required 14 EC2 instance that must be placed on a distinct underlying hardware to reduce the impact of failure of hardware node. The instance will use varying instance type. What configuration will cater to this requirement, taking on cost effective into the account? So below are the options. So they clearly ask, I have highlighted the thing, distinct underlying hardware to reduce the impact, and they have told us deploying on your VPC required 14 EC2 instance that must be placed. Okay, they have clearly mentioned its place, and EC2 instance will be used varying instance type, different instance types. So they clearly mention. So first, you cannot control which node your instance will be flowed. So this is not the correct. It's not fitting here. Okay, option B, use dedicated host and deploy each instance in a dedicated. Okay, this is too much costly. EC2 dedicated host, it's a physical server. You are not going to purchase, and it says each instance on a dedicated host. So this is too much costly. We need to find cost effective solution. So I'm eliminating this option B as well, because this is when you purchase the dedicated host, you get some licenses as well from different vendors, and it is good solution, but again it is too much costly. But we are not going to, we need to think about cost effective. Let's check the option C. Use spread placement group across two availability zone. Okay, this looks positive one. I'll check the, let's put outside and let's check the D. Use the cluster placement group within a single availability zone. This is also looks good, but we need a failure of hardware node. Okay, let's go to the tips. So cluster placement nodes are recommended for applications that benefit from low network latency, high throughputs, or both. They are also recommended when majority of network is traffic between an instance and group. So they clearly mention and within inside the availability zone. Okay, and the placement spread placement group is the group of instances that are each placed on a distinct hardware. Okay, spread placement group are recommended for application that all small numbers of critical instances that should be kept separate from each other. Launching each instance in a spread level placement group reduce the risk of simultaneous failure that might occur instance shared. Okay, this looks perfect. Okay, this is the key note I have added here. So I'm going to choose this one because they are really clear. Is this cluster placement is work within a single zone, and here the second two availability zone will really help you, because if one availability zone is not available, we have another availability zone, and your failure operation will be not impacted. So we have two availability zones uh, with this spread placement group. So we are going to choose C, not D. So I'm putting D as a out. So let's see. Yep, here is the option C. C is correct. Okay, guys, we have exercise question for everyone who are watching this video, and please comment. First, go to the entire question, read all options, and please comment your answer on this exercise question. I'm considering you guys are all who are watching this entire video will definitely comment on this video, on this question, especially on this question. I'm waiting for the answer. What are the you need to answer for this question? This is exercise question for all who are watching this video. Please answer these questions. Please comment on. This is the exercise question. Take the pause. Just make sure this question is very similar. I'm not going to read you this question, exercise question actually. So please read, find the key point. I have already highlighted this. Find the key point, go through the option, try to correlate what the question is asking and how this service is matched with our requirement. Okay. And thank you. Lastly, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope this video will really helpful you in your exam. See you in a next video. Thank you.